speaking of Future, mentioned Pluto, that Keep It Burning song, I Never Liked You. DB, what's the feeling of finding out you're on I Never Liked You, one of the biggest albums like almost ever at this point? I mean, that sold what, 225 first week, 220,000, my bad, 225,000 first week. That went crazy, bro. Like,
well, I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna try to keep it as brief because I have a whole story of it. But I want to say, real talk, like that was literally like my. As much as like, dang, I feel like I have to tell the story, but I'm gonna try to keep it as brief as possible. I promise. I really feel like that was part. I mean, music is still part of my spiritual journey, like my journey to find my God. But I truly felt like it was full circle at that moment when that happened. And I'm gonna tell you straight up. So back in 2020, I started making beats, and I was like, this is around the same time I was like finding my sound with the charm music, right? And I wanted to do something where it has like a heaven hell aspect, like the beat is so crazy and dark, but the melody, the way it feels, it uplifts you. So if you remember it, and to Keep It Burning, they had like this choir in the background, and that's like the part like of like the heaven, like take me with you, like and I first I made the melody. I didn't really do the drums. If anybody want to know, I did the melody. Jacob did the drums. But as far as like that, I started in 2020 and I named the melody God of War. I don't know if you guys ever play PlayStation, but that's like my favorite game of all time.
That game hard.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I love that game. So I wanted to make it like a melody like that, like something that sounds like God of War. And I put it in the sample pack. You know, people send like samples and stuff like that, and it's called the Heavenly Sample Pack. If you kind of catch my drift, God of War, Heavenly Sample Pack. And then I sent it off to Jacob. Like I saw him on Clubhouse, and he was just talking about sending loops. I sent it to him in December. I didn't hear nothing from it. And then around that time, I was already moving to Atlanta. And then June, he went live, and I heard this melody. Even though it was flip, I just know my stuff. I just make stuff by myself, and I try to really create. I'm like, yo, that's my loop. That's my stuff. He's like, yeah, that's you, DB, on live. I was like, oh, that's what's up. And I have an email tracker, so I'm going back to the email tracker. This man never opened the email after 6 months I sent it. So I was just like, yo, that's crazy, right? So now I gotta collab with my favorite producer of all time, ATL Jacob, out of nowhere. Fast forward, he tell me, hey, I'm trying to sign you, bro. And then like a couple weeks later, he told me, like, hey, yo, you gotta sing with Future dropping. Keep it on the hush. I was like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I'm already like, what the hell going on? You know what I'm saying? And then around that time, it was like January, Kanye was already announcing that he was doing Donda 2, right? And then I get the call next week from my boy Hendrix Simone, said, hey, DB, hey, sit down for this. I just heard your song with Future and Kanye, and that motherfucker slapping. And I was just like, what? He said, yeah, man, they finna drop that. That's a single. And I was just like, yo, this is a straight blessing, you know what I'm saying? So crazy, like it was on Donna 2, but they took it off. But then they switched it to I Never Liked You. So that was a straight blessing because Donna 2 is an album, but it's just never really been fully released on DSP. So that was a straight blessing. And where I'm saying that was like a full circle of like my God moment because I started making beats out of Christian school. Like literally at college, I was making beats. I made the melody called God of War. I put it in a sample pack called the Heavenly Sample Pack. I get a collaboration with my favorite producer of all time. My top two favorite artists of all time. It was supposed to be on a Christian album, Donda 2, got taken off, and it was the only song that was flipped over to Future's album. That's God right there. That just lets me know like I'm supposed to be doing music. Like that was really out of my hands after I made the melody. Literally, like that was out of my hands. God put it into where it needed to be at. Seriously. So that's why I kind of, am so blessed about that moment right there. Like it was really like obviously something that I worked hard for, but also my spiritual journey let me know that God is real. Like he always is looking out for you in some kind of way. For sure, for sure.
Yes, sir. Love to hear it. I didn't know you were Christian college, but yeah, we pray that, when we start this podcast off, man, we really are believers, bro. And